The following is a presentation of OPTV.
Great putts, great moments. It's on Putt-Putt. Give him a good swing. Look, great putt. That could do it right there.
A little bit of speed. Does he get the pull? Does he get the rollback? Does he get the rollback? He does.
Yes!
The benefits of putting on a cool night out here.
Holes out of 27 played on the ball. 17 years old. On the left rail. This could close the match out, ladies and gentlemen, and move him into the finals. And he aces it, and the match is closed out. He is 5 up with 3 to play.
Hello again, everybody. It's Opie Roberts coming to you this evening from ASHEBORO, North Carolina. Getting ready to have our Tuesday night local, and this is our final tournament of the first half of the regular season. We're going to have the Spring Championship next Tuesday night. You can see another good turnout here, despite the fact that a few of our players are not going to be here this week or next week for that matter. So roughly around 28 players maybe. And it's a beautiful evening here in ASHEBORO, not a cloud in the sky. It is a little warm, but it's not too bad. The temperature here in ASHEBORO is 75 degrees. And the southeast wind at 5 miles an hour. And the humidity is at 64%.
Unless it's some. Yeah, I'm just
Okay, so you got to check on the participants here on the course getting ready to play our event. And now let's check out our pairings for tonight. Okay, so here is your line tonight. This is your open division field. We have 23 players. So another good turnout there. And novice division, 9 players tonight. So we have, yet again, another good turnout, 32 players for the 4th time this year. Okay, let's go out to the course. And here is the first hole. We're going to start with a threesome. It is 23 player open division field, 11 groups total. And this will be Russell Sigmund, who is our defending champion from last week. He shot 82. And he's paired with his son Grant Sigmund and Keith Waters. All right, Russell's on the tee to start the night.
I don't think I brought out some card yet.
Got to kick off that left rail, and it straightens up, but he misses right. Russell will start with the deuce. All right, now Graham on the tee.
Is that it? Bring up the rear. Did you get 3? 2. 3? Is that his putter or somebody else's? Is that yours?
Graham's going to start his evening with an ace. And to complete the first pairing of tonight, this is Keith Waters.
No, that's an option.
Nice spin. He also missed right.
Hold it. Well, there goes my tournament.
Alright, so a 2 there for Keith, and we'll watch Graham take it on us here on hole 2. Graham's now 2 under. Russell down to tee. That's a little far right. It might still swing in. Yep. Russell and Graham will be jetting out to Sweden after this tournament so they can compete in that World Adventure Golf Masters tournament. You notice Chase Ferguson is not here and won't be for the next couple of weeks after that. And Keith makes it a trip here on hole 1. And let's check out our second pairing. These are going to be twosomes going forward. And this is Jason Miller on the tee. Jason's ace is there. And here is Daniel Kurtz. Daniel will start with an ace there off the left lip. All right, we'll walk up here to hole 3. And there's Russell, laid up his tee shot, going to be tapping the deuce in. And there's Keith on the tee. Should go. Good putt there. And he goes to 2 under. And Jason's tee shot on 2. And that's going to cross over. And it's going to get that par there. And Keith has honors here on 4. That's missing left.
Whole speed and all.
And he should make this 2 putt and back over 2. Daniel lagged the saddle there. Now he's putting for his 2. And that will get it in there. Nice putt there. And let's check out the third pairing of 11. And this is Leo Gutlidge first on the tee. Slid the rail, hugged it, and it still goes in. Good putt. And she's paired tonight with Earl Johnson. That should go in as well. Good putt for Earl to start his evening.
Good putt.
And on 5, the dogleg hole. L hole, however you want to call it. He crossed over off that back rail. He's going to get his 2. And swing it over to 3. Daniel on the tee, lays it up, and he'll get the 2 there. Back over to 5. And Graham also crossed over, and he'll get that par there. Lee on 2, putting for her 2. And swing back up to 5. Should go. It does go. Good putt. And back to 4. First look. Right, that's just Jason on the tee. And that missed left. Okay, now we go back to 1. This is Jesse Carter leading off the 4th pairing. And that was too strong. Misses left. And he starts with a 2, and he's paired up with Roger Henshaw. And Roger missed left as well. And he'll tap that par in, and let's go back over to 3. Earl with his 2. We'll see Leah's tee shot. And that's going to come up short, but she'll get her 2. All right, let's go back to 2. Oh, Roger went over the humps there. It's not the hit a very difficult 2 putt there. And now we'll go back to the first hole. Pairing number 5. This is Doug Kearns. That's missed left. Doug will get a 2. And his partner tonight is Dylan Robertson. Dylan makes it. Nice start for him. There's Leah tapping in her par on 4. And here's Jesse on the tee at 3, who's currently 2 for 2. And he might, no, he's short there. He's going to tap the 12-inch putt for his 2. And let's go over to 7. First look at the 3 hole. Keith on the 2, and that's not going to get there. He'll wind up getting that, well, putting for 2. Oh, he's already complaining about the ants in the path of his putt. There it is. Good 2. And here's Earl on 5. Missed his juice putt from down the hill. And he backhands the 3. Check out Leah. Oh, she hit the near tip of that triangle, and she's got a fortunate bounce there into par territory. Okay, so she'll get her 2 that way, and let's look at Roger on 4. And that's shoot. No, it caught the left lip. Drifted left at the last second. All right, now to the second half of our open division field. Our 6th pairing. And on the tee, Mike Johnson. And Mike begins his night with an ace. And his partner tonight is Danny Jackson. Danny just got a straight kick off that back rail. He'll top of the par. Back over 3. Dylan got that one to go. Good putt. All right, let's go to 2. It's rocking straight, but it still drops in a good putt. Keep going on the 2. And just got into the saddle. Should go. Yeah, good putt. All right. Now we go back to the first hole, our 7th pairing, and this is Dale Kratz. Yep, it's going to get a 2. And he's paired tonight with Randy Simpson. That was early, and Randy will get his 2 there. Meanwhile, let's go back up to hole 5. Jesse's going to tap in his 2. And we'll get Roger on the tee. About there is where you want to hit the triangle, but he hit it too strong. That's heading down the hill. So he'll putt along 2. Let's look at Dylan on the tee at 4. That should go in for Dylan. Gets putt there. Roger, no, that 2 heading down the hill. And we'll see Doug on the tee here at 3 or 4. And Doug's going to get it. Good putt. All right, let's walk up here to look, race him here on hole 10. Russell on the tee. Embedded by those tree limbs and the leaves there. It does not go in. And let's look at Danny Jackson on 3. And Danny's gonna miss, but it might turn back. No, it doesn't. So there's a 2 there. Let's look at Graham on 11. First look at the dogleg hole there. And he just about made it back door. So he'll get his 2. Let's go over the 2. Randy Simpson's on the tee. Swing hard. Nope, that's crossing, so that's a 2. Okay, back to the first hole. And this is pairing number 8 of 11. David Gregor's first on the tee. And he just missed left. So par up there for David. And his partner is going to be Wendy Kearns. And took a nice spin off that back rail, but she'll get the ace there. All right, let's head back to let's go over to 12. First look at the rat hole. Graham's tee shot, easy as pie there. Russell now on the tee. He missed left, and He's up top, and he's just next to the hole by about 8 inches. He'll tap the par up there. And one last look. Here's Keith on the tee. That's in. Just barely up that hill. Back over to 2. See, Wendy's going to get that one to go. Good putt. And out to 5. Mike Johnson misses. And he should get his 2. Let's look at Dale on the tee here, 4. And it's going to be short, and he will get the 2. And here's your next pairing. This is J.R. Lanier on the tee at 1. And JR is going to get a 2 putt there. Okay, and his partner tonight is Jex Harrison. And Jex gets the ace starting his night. Alright, we go back to 3 with Wendy getting an ace there. So Wendy's 3 for 3 beginning her play tonight. David Greger on the tee. That is going to go in as well. Good putt. Alright, let's head up to 12. Jason just about made the hole up top. So we'll get a 2, and now Daniel's on the tee. And that's going to drop in. And we see Leah's tee shot on 11. And she just misses right. But she's heading to the back rail. All right, here is the 10th pairing. And this is Mike Alley on the tee at 1. And Mike gets the ace there. And he's paired tonight with David Atz. He's from the Fernandina Beach, Florida area, but he's here this week because he's here on business out in Charlotte. Wanted to test that course tonight. And David will get the ace there. Let's go to 4. And David's going to get a 2, and he'll take honors for Wendy because Wendy wound up with a 3. Going back to 3, there's Jex going for a 2. Which he'll get. J.R. Lanier on the tee. Oh, he's going to be well short. We'll get past that seam, yes. And JR's putting for 2. Makes it there. All right, we got a bit of congestion here, mainly due to the fact we got that threesome there. They're now on 15, so there's basically wait here. Here's Roger on 10 for his 2, which he'll get. Well, let's go to 2. There's Allie for his 2. David Atz on the tee. Will get it. All right, now the final group of the Open Division on the tee at 1. This is Jeremy McDonald. That's going to have to slow down. And Jeremy's putting for this for 2. And the final player in the Open Division is Ricky Delk. there. And now that means all the 23 open division players are on the course. The novices will be teeing up momentarily. We're going to go over here to the other side of the facility. Well, there's Wendy with the ace on 5, and she's 3 under with a 3. Swing on over here to 17, looking at that water hole. And lo and behold, Russell will be on the tee. Looks good. Yep. And here's Dale on 7. Swing hard. No, didn't turn back over, so he'll be putting for a 2 there. And let's go back to the first hole. And we're going to start the novice division. This is also a threesome here to start the division. And first up is last week's winner, Jex Harrison. One with a right rail shot. That goes in front door. Good putt. And second up on the tee is Johnny Brower. Johnny gets it. Oh, got a little victory lap there. He starts off pretty good, and now the third player is Jason Richardson. Can we get a trip? Yes, we can. All right, so let's head to 18. First look at the table shoot hole. Russell's on the tee. That is missed, just off the left lip. He'll pick up the deuce. As you know by now, any ball that's on the table, the putts are good. And now Graham will be on the tee. Yeah, it just got in there, and he'll give it 2. Wendy getting her 2 putt on 7. Missed it there, and that'll be a par, or 3 now for Wendy. Here's David Atz on 5. Now he's playing right rail before the triangle, and he's going to get his 2 there. Let's head to 10. Danny on the 2. And that's missed on the front part of the lip there. Right, and going back to 4. And Ricky makes it there, good putt. And Jason Richardson out on 2. No, it was cheating a bit on both sides. And here's your second pairing of the novice division. And on the 2 is Josh McDonald. Josh will miss left, and he'll putt this for 2. All right, with him will be Ivy Lanier. All right, Ivy will pick up her deuce there, and let's go over to 11. This is Danny for his 2 from the back rail. And that's a good putt there. All right, we move over with the 5.
So you can put a formula in. He's got a formula.
And Ricky will get a 2.
So actually,
Jason Richardson with his deuce there on 3.
total is going to be.
And let's go back to 2. Oh, she hit the wall as it went up the hill. And back to 4. Jack Harrison going to get his 2. Our third pairing now on 1 in the Knox division. This is Richard Garner. Richard's going to get himself a deuce there. And his partner tonight is Kim Miller. Back door, and it's in for Kim. Good putt. Jason Richardson on the tee at 4. That's missed, and going over to 3, there's Josh McDonald. It is virtually hanging on the lip there.
I'll take that and down the hill.
Yeah. All right, let's go check out Ivy on the tee. Yeah, she hit the obstacle there. And swing out to 13. Got Mike Johnson up against the gate there. And he's getting the proper spaces out there. Going for his 2. And that's in. Good putt. And Richard Garner on 2. Gets it. No. Crosses over. Skated by that left lip there, and he'll pick up his 2 there. All right, and let's go to the 5 right quick. Jason Richardson's on the tee. Might go front door. Yes, good putt. And here is the final group of the night. Now this is John Perry. He's another one of them Burlington players getting his first taste here in Asheboro. He's on the tee. His first putt is missed left. So he'll start the night with the deuce. And his partner will be Brooks Henshaw. Just hit the corner there, and Brooks gets his 2. And all 32 players have now started the night on the course.
And then he got sent down to the losers bracket. Graham couldn't take care of him, so I had to leave him again. Oh no.
We'll go to hole number 17. And it's Dylan on the tee. And Dylan just missed right. And he'll tap in his deuce. And our first look at hole 9. Mike Alley just missed left on his tee shot. He'll putt for 2 there. And let's see, the trapezoid hole, hole 16. Danny Jackson's on the tee. And Danny got it. Good putt. Here's David Atz on 9. Should go. Yep, good putt. All right, back over to 16. Mike Johnson's on the tee. And he gets it as well. Good putt. Go to 8, our first look at this hole. Ricky Delk will be on the tee. And it misses right there. He'll take a 2 there. And here's your first look at the easiest hole here in Asheboro, 15. Dale Crotts on the tee first. He's going to have to pick up a little speed. Yep, good putt. We'll watch Randy Simpson on the tee now. Slow down. Yep, good putt. And our mascot is just lounging here in this stadium seat chair. Lefty. All right, we go to 14, our first look at the drop-off hole. Wendy's on the tee, and she's going to be short of that drop. Oh, wow, means she's fortunate it stayed up there. Because it's downhill coming back to the tee mat. And here is David Greger on the tee. And that's in for David. Good putt.
It's in there.
We swing over to 11. And I'm going to inform you now the second round is officially underway. David missed right. And he'll get his 2. And here's 13, our first true look at the tee shot. JR's on the tee. Makes it there. Back door. Good putt. And Jax Harrison on the tee. And Jack's got it there too. Good putt. Mike Galley on 11. All right, he left it in pretty good position there for a 2. And here's Josh McDonald here on 6. Get in. Oh. And he got. Let's see. You can use your scorecard and get as much off there as you can. You might get a better shot at the hole.
Yeah, might have to on this one.
Get all the way to the end of the card, like that. Yep. Yeah, it might a little improvement there.
We'll see.
All right.
Just got to shoot it straight.
Yep. All right, and let's go over to 3. Graham will be on the tee. Well, let's see if Josh can convert this deuce putt. Good putt. Graham, it's gonna make it. Good putt. Let's go to 5. Tim, we'll get it front door. Good putt. A little bit wide-eye there. Back to 3. Keith also made it. And a rare fist bump by Keith. But that's Graham displaying excellent sportsmanship there. Some of you players who are watching might want to learn from that. Russell's tee shot. That kicked, but it's still turning back, and it goes in. Good trip by that group. All right, let's take a look at our first look at the scores. So the first round, about halfway through, and there's 327s right now by Graham Sigmund, Doug Kearns, and Mike Johnson. And Keith Waters is at 28, along with Daniel Kearns, Jesse Carter, and Dylan Robertson. So we got 7 players separated by 1 shot here in this first round. All right, we're going to 17 with J.R. Lanier on the tee. Not a bad putt. Should get the 2. And look at Jex on the tee. Jex is a Page High School graduate out of Greensboro, playing his college golf. Whoa, and he's up the hill. I was going to say he's playing his college golf at the Citadel down in South Carolina. Let's see. We'll watch him hit his deuce putt. Good 2. Great 2, Jex. Go with 8. Ivy's crossed over there off the right rail, and she's going for her 2. Let's go to 16. And we've got a great National League East combo here. Mike Alley, of course, the devout Braves fan. And David Atz, who we call him the Philly fanatic because he's a Phillies fan. And there it is, good putt. And we'll see Mike on the tee. Hurry, get in. Just snuck in.
Just enough.
All right. Over to 7. John Perry missed there. And let's see if we can make this deuce putt. And he does, good putt. And here's Kim on 8. That's going to be missed left, and she's going for 2. And you see David Atz on 17. Not bad there. He'll be going for 2 there. And let's go to 15. Ricky Delk's going to get that ace to go. Good putt. Let's move up to 12. See some of the novices out here on the back 9 now. Jex, ooh, just got it in off the right lip. Did a little 90-degree turn up to the top of that lip. He'll get the ace there. And Johnny's on the tee. No, that's left, and it is going to come down. He'll putt for 2 now on the tee mat. As you pretty much are aware, anytime the ball rolls off the open end of the hole, you pick it up, re-tee it, and no stroke penalty involved. And that will not go, and he's up top for 3. And where he's positioned, there's a Sharpie line going from one side of the hole to the other, from left rail to the right rail, and he gets to position it on that line. Now putting for 3. All right, so we picked him up at 4. Roger Hinshaw's on 3, left it short. tap the deuce in. All right, let's check out. Let's see, Ivy on 10. Okay, she got that one. Good putt. All right, here's Leah on the tee at 5. Leah Rutledge. Leah's getting herself a deuce. And we'll see Earl on the tee. That's got to hurry off the back rail. No, it just left it short and a par there. All right, let's look at some other scores now. All right, so really no additional scores that are affecting the leads here. Mike Galley and David Atz coming in. Mike's the first 29. Oh, actually, he's the second 29 on the board. So that's 8 players now within, 9 players within now 2 strokes of the lead. 327, 428, it's 29.
He keyed 9. He keyed Davis. He was in on the mark. Oh, right there. That's on 26.
Oh, there's David after the 26. So he has the opening round lead. In his first ever trip here to Asheboro. So we have 10 players now, 3 shots between each other. And let's go back to the course. Let's head to 8. Keith Waters on the tee. And Keith makes it. Good putt. Here's Graham on the tee. Graham was one of the players at 27 as play began. It's going to cross, and he'll pick up a deuce there. Swing back to 7. Daniel on the tee, one of those at 28. Got to kick hard, nope. Daniel will putt this for 2. And it rolls over, so now going for 3. And move it over to 6. Rogers on the tee.
Don't say you ain't.
And that left rail bank shot just touched the left lip. We'll putt this for 2. And he'll convert it. Let's go back to 5. Dylan on the tee. Should go. Ooh, yes, good putt. And here is Doug on the tee. That's going to be either front door short. No! It was flirting all over the place. All right, a 2 there. Let's go to 4. And Mike on the tee will not get it. Short there by a foot. And a par there. go to 11. John Perry didn't hit the ball. It's going to be, well, he's behind a triangle from this position. It's going to have a tough deuce. Let's go back to 13. Richard on the tee, and it will be short there, and he'll collect his deuce. John made a good run at the cup there on 11. He'll be putting for 3 now. Back to 13, Kim on the tee. And she's missed there. She's getting herself a 2. Let's go back to 10. Russell got that one to go good putt. And seat down on 6. And that's left as well. All right, let's get Doug Kearns on the tee.
Like it's 4 round turn, let you miss it 3 times. Make you say finally win.
And Doug missed right. Back to 10. And he'll get that one. Good putt. And let's move over here to 5. Mike Johnson, who was at 27 and a stroke back of David Atz after the first round. Should go in. Looks good. Yep. Nice putt. Daniel with the deuce there on 9. And they're waiting to play 11. Danny on 5 will be short. And Danny gets his 2. And let's check out the scores one more time. All right, so the novices are done after the first round, and we got another 26 on the board by Jeremy McDonald. So a couple of surprises here in the first round. David at Jeremy McDonald at 26 and 3 back. I'm sorry, in the 3-way tie for 3rd are Bev Sigmund, Doug Kearns, and Mike Johnson, all at 27. Back to action with Russell on the tee at 11. And Russell will get the deuce there. Here's Keith Waters on the tee. That's going to miss right. He'll putt for 2, and we'll go back to the first hole. David Atz will start the second round. And no, it's straight kicked, and he's going to get his 2. Let's go back to 11. Graham will not get that backdoor, and he'll get his 2. Let's go to 4.
That was, not that thing that grabbed the hole.
Get Randy Simpson on 5 as David waits for him to finish playing. It's kind of a bit of a common courtesy here to allow players to complete the hole before they play. That way you don't crowd them. And David's missed right, and that's a deuce there. And we'll see Wendy on the tee. And Wendy's going to get her deuce. And on 3, Jex Harrison on the tee. And Jex will leave that short and he'll pick up a deuce. Let's head to 2. That's going to go in. Good putt. Let's go to 11. Jason Miller on the tee. That is missed right. All right, let's go back to 1 and Jeremy McDonald now to begin his second round. That's the miss, and he'll tap in his par. There's Daniel on 11. Oh, it hit the cup and bounced out, and he should get the 2. We'll catch David in a couple of moments, as well as Jeremy. Need to get on the other side of the course here. There's hardly any action here because of all this congestion here. Mike on the tee at 7. Come over here. Excuse me. Nice putt there. Where did it hit? All right, where did it hit?
Someone right
Okay.
there. Okay.
The ball. Okay, the ball will come out here. Use off the ridge.
And that'll be for 3. Right?
He'll be putting for 3. Yes.
Good right here.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's check out Dylan on 9. Well, actually, we can't right just yet. We can check out Russell on 14. And it's in for Russell. Good putt. And let's look at Roger on 10. And Roger got it. Good putt. Graham on 15. Give it to him. Yes. Nice putt. All right, we're going to move up to 18 because this is going to be the completion of round number 1. John Perry and Brooks Hinshaw, that'll be the completion of the first round altogether. John will be on the tee first. And that will be a par for John. And Brooks Hinshaw to complete the first round. And he missed to the right. And let's go to 8. right, nice swing. And it stayed on the lip. Literally. That's a par. Let's go check out Danny Jackson on the tee.
I got 18.
That's crossed over, and he'll line up with his 2. All right, on 7. Dale Crotts on the tee. And Dale will miss again to the right.
I'm going to change my shot again.
He's gonna putt this for 2. He'll get it. All right, we head to 17. Russell, Graham, and Keith are about to complete round number 2. Russell will be on the tee first. No, that one's going to miss right. And Russell gets his deuce there. And let's go to 10. We can get Doug's tee shot with the right rail and missing there. Short of the cup. Let's go over to 6. David Greger's tee shot. And David made it. A little rim rocker, but he got a good putt. Jack Harrison on 5. Front door for Jax. Oh, okay. A 2 for Jax. And let's see, Ricky Delk on 3. With Smith just to the left. And here is David Atz on the tee at 5. One of the 2 co-leaders of the first round. He's going to wait a couple of moments here. Group's playing 6. All right, let's look at the novice scores. Let's see if I can get a view from the... All right, well, let me move the cursor here. All right, so we got... There we are. Jason Richardson with a round of 28 with a 4-shot lead over Jax Harrison and Johnny Brower. Well, there's a lot of good scores. There's not a single round that's over par. So, pretty good tonight so far out of these novices. All right. Good 18. This is to complete the second round. And Russell missed left. Russell picks up his deuce and swing over to 8. Dale's on the tee. And that is in for Dale. Good putt. Out to 17. Daniel's on the tee. And he's going to wait a second as we look at Graham on 18. That's missed, so he'll get a 2. Here's Randy on the tee at 8. And it should go in. Back to 17 now. Now Daniel's on the tee. Well, it caught the right lip, and he's going to swing over, and he's got about 4 feet for his 2. And Jason Miller now on the tee. Okay, Jason's going to miss right. We'll get his 2. And let's go to 5 now. Now David's on the tee, ready to play.
That's right. That's what I say. I knew you were going to shoot that 27 roll, so I should be able to put it in there. Okay.
He's going to be short. And David's going to get a 2. We'll see Mike Alley on the tee.
326s.
And Mike's going to get a 2 as well. And we see Jeremy on 4, taps in his 2. There's Jason with his 2 there on 18. All right, let's head back to 4. With Richie Delk on the tee. And he'll get it. Good putt. All right, let's look at some scores now. As we see here, Graham Sigmund shooting around a 26. He's in the house at 53. And Keith also shot 26 in the house at 54. Russell's 3 back at 56. We might have another race to the finish like we did last week. We had I believe we had 8 players that were in contention that final round, and all of them were kind of evened up until Russell pulled away at the end. On the tee at 18, Leah Rutledge. And Leah missed left there. She's going to get her 2. Back over to 17. Jesse Carter's on the tee. Jesse gets a 18-inch putt for twos, not twos. Roger Henshaw on the tee. All right, Roger hit the right part of that angle. He'll wind up with his 2. And Doug on 16 missed it in front of the cup. He'll pick up the 2 there. David Greger on 9. And David's going to get his 2 there. Missed it short. Dylan on 16. That missed front lip. Dylan will get a 2. David Atz missed right on 7. And he'll put this for par back to 8. And JR's tee shot. That is in. Good putt for JR. Doug on 17. Oh, died off that angle. Hit the dead center part of it. And he's going to get his 2. Move up to 15. Here's Danny Jackson with the ace there. Mike Johnson on the tee now. That's in for Mike. Not much activity here on the back. Only, 4 groups on there. Wendy with her deuce there on 10. Randy's made 12. And we see Jeremy McDonald on 6. He's gonna, well, he'll have a tougher deuce putt than what his brother did in the first round. He has no choice but to bank it. All right, about all you can do there. Jeremy with a 3. And up to 8. The other first round leader, David Atts. And he's going to come up short. Well, I was going to say he's going to come up short, but it did have enough speed to be left with the hole. And let's look at our novice leader of the first round, Jason Richardson, playing hole 5. And Jason missed to the left, and he's going to get us 2 there. Let's go down to 17. And Mike Johnson's on the tee. And he's going to be about 2.5 feet for par. And let's look at David on 8. All right, he's on 9. David is just short, so a par for him. All right, Johnny's on 6. That's a 2. Jeremy's on 7 for a 2. And he gets it. And let's go back to the scoreboard here. Okay, so we still have Graham in front at 53. Keith a stroke back at 54. The next best score is 56 by Russell at 56. Dylan backed up a little bit. So did Doug. Mike Johnson's about to turn in his score. And I think they're getting ready to post it now. Oh, this is the beauty here of this score sheet here. David finally figured out he could put an HDMI cable connected his laptop to the TV. Okay, Mike is 54, and so he's tied with Keith for second right now.
Hello, Chase.
What's up, Chase?
All right, let's go back to the course now. And, well, there's John Perry on 4. Left it short there.
I made 17, but nobody made it.
And now we start the third round. Keith on the tee first. And Keith misses.
He's getting it late.
Keith gets a deuce.
Y'all stand with Rick.
No, we got me and Graham and the license.
All right, Russell now on the tee. And he misses.
You got the same thing I got.
And he's going to get his 2 there.
That was not, I don't think that was too hard. I don't think
And here is Graham on the tee. Starting at 53, and he'll get the ace there. Right, we go to 5. John Perry, get up the hill. Nope, it's well short of it. He'll put this 8-footer for par. Oh, good 2. All right, Graham missed the tee shot on 2. Keeps down the tee. And Keith got it 1 rocked in.
That was ugly but effective, like me.
Garbage.
That was garbage. I can smell it from.
All right, Russell's on the tee.
Gonna get just right.
Yes, good putt.
Oh my lord.
That's garbage. Okay. So Russell is still 3 back of Graham. Keith's still 1 back of Graham. 18. David missed left. And here's Keith on 3.
That, my friend.
He's well short. All right, let's try to zoom in on David. That's on 13th. I can. Oh, he's going to get his 2. Well, actually, he got it. Good putt. And Keith mercifully made his deuce. Russell's on the tee. Russell didn't like it. It's heading down the hill. All right, we're going to look at the scores now. Updated version. And not much changes still. Graham at 53, Keith and Mike Johnson at 54. And Russell, starting the round 3 back, is going to pick up a 4 on this hole, on hole 3.
I never seen one that had 3 of them.
Graham's tee shot, that too went down the hill. All right, so he's putting this for 2. He's at the back rail. This is to keep his 1-stroke lead. No, oh. All right, he's got a 3-putt here. Let's head back to 1. Leah getting her 2. Here's Earl on the tee. Graham picks up a 4 on hole 3. That gives Keith the lead now. In a minute, let's check out Keith on 4. That's missed left. Earl misses left front door. And he'll get a 2, and here's Russell on the tee. So Keith is still 1 under after 4. Graham is 1 over, as is Russell. All right, Russell got the ace there. Now Graham on the tee. Oh, took a giant kick there off that triangle. He's going to get a 2. So it keeps him 1 back of Keith. And here is John Perry on 8. That is going to be a par there. David Atz on 17. No, that's left. That's going to be a 2 there. Here is Keith on 5. That is in there for Keith. Good putt. So he goes to 2 under. And now Graham's got to top him to stay 1 back. That is going to be short. And he stays 1 over now after 5. Richard Garner playing hole 9 for a 2. All right, gets it there. Here's Keith on 6. And that's in. Hope he puts him at 3 under on the round. To 18. David Atz to finish his second round. And just misses right off that front rail. A 2 for David. Graham makes 6, put him back in under par for the round. And here's Graham. Off the back. Oh. So Graham is having some difficulties here. As this the last 5, playing around 2 under, 2 over. Let's look at Daniel on 5. He's not going to get it up the hill. And Keith on 7. Ooh, got a nice turn back up the hill there. Russell's on the tee. He's left, and that's a par. Let's go to 17. Should go in for Jeremy, but it's missed right. And a par there. And there's the 2 for Russell. And Graham on the tee. That looks short. Nope, didn't hit it enough. Ricky Delk for his 2. Well, now for 3. On 17. Going to be going. Now getting a 4. Here's Keith Waters on 8. Sitting on a 4-shot lead. Make that 5. And let's go back to 18. Gary McDonald, who was the other co-leader at 26, finishing off his second round. That's short there. And Russell got the tee shot there on 8, and he's now 2 under. Over, let's say going to 7, but he's going to let Graham play 8. He's short there. There's Daniel on 7. And he is in there. Good putt. Let's go to 1.
The one in Burlington.
Mike Johnson now starting his final
I
round.
only see one thing. So you hear
That's cool.
the putter hit the ball, and sometimes it's only
Looking like he hit it. Well, it still goes in. Let's look at Jesse on the 2 here at 5.
get in the hole.
No, only I can do that.
next Tuesday.
All right, Jesse's getting his 2. And let's move up to 9. Keith's tee shot to 6 under. No. All right, let's see if we can go walk inside here and get the scores from everybody. Mike Johnson looking here in 2. He made it. So looking at the scores here, David Atz is at 57. Jerry's at 59. So Graham was leading the second round, but he's had some issues here to start the final round. Russell hunting for 2 here on 9, so Keith is 5 under, and Mike Johnson's made the first 2.
That's right.
Erlanger was wooden rails.
Yeah, they
And let's look at Mike on 3. I'll watch Graham on 9 as we look at Mike here. Graham's at the back rail. Keith will have a 4-shot lead. It's currently at 85. And Mike's tee shot misses left. Well, he'll tap in his par there. Excuse me. Let's look at Brooks Henshaw playing 11. Well, actually, he's waiting on John Perry here for his 2 here on 11.
I didn't touch it.
So if my calculations are correct, Keith's at 85. Russell and Graham are at 90. And Kim's on 13. She will not get the ace there. So Keith's now with a 5-shot lead at least. Makes it there. Well, so he's 6 under. So the lead is currently 4 on Mike Johnson. Russell's on the tee. That's missed. And back over to 6 where Dylan got his tee shot. Over to 4. And Mike is in there for his 3rd ace of the round. And now Graham back on 10. Needs to start making a run. No, that missed high. All right, he's getting his 2. Let's move over to hole 5. And Mike Johnson missed there. so he maintains his round here at 3 under through 5 now. As we check out Keith on 11 for his 2. And he gets it. Russell's going to be getting a 2 there. And Graham on the tee. All right, another miss there for Graham. So that puts him at 90 still. Going to 10. Jason Miller misses behind the cup. And a par for Jason. And here's Keith now on 12. He's going to see a 3-shot lead. Make that 4. Daniel on 10. That's short. He's going to get his par. And Russell missed 12. Pretty much taking him out of the tournament here. And on the tee here at 10, Leo Rutledge. That missed, right. She's getting herself a 2. And here's Graham on the tee at 12. And he missed there. So he gets a par back to 6. And Mike is now 4 under, so he stays 3 back of Keith. And here is Keith, now on 13. Make that. Oh, just graze that left lip. He'll take the deuce there. Big break there for Mike. So he's still at 80. He's still at 83. And Russell got that one. Here's now Graham's desperately needing to click here. And David Atz is now starting his final round. Graham is going to be in there finally. He's back to even on the round. Mike missed there on 7, putting him at even. I'm going to put him at 400 with this deuce. And David Atz got the first hole. 14. Russell made that one. Graham now on the 2. And that's in. He's found the tee. And he tripped it, so now he's at 82. And let's look at Roger on 10. And Roger missed behind the cup. See Jesse on the tee. And David Atz got the ace on 2.
No, I ain't playing with the friend.
Jesse Carter on the tee here at 10. And he makes it. And let's head to 9. Dylan's tee shot. That's way left. Oh, he got a fortunate kick there.
Don't do that.
Missed the triangle, so he's got a better shot at the deuce. Got it there. And we'll see Doug on the tee. It's in for Doug. Good putt. Keith on 15. This should get him to 81. Oh no. Short. He got too much of that right ring. Let's walk up to 3. David Hatch on the tee. And David is gonna be, oh, it's short. That's not even, no.
I thought that was going to go in.
You need that high point wind from Friday night.
The wind was blowing this way right here. Seeing.
Ah, dang it.
All right, so he taps in the deuce to go to remain at 2 under on the round. So he's doing pretty good. Back to 8. Mike's tee shot doesn't go. So he couldn't take advantage on the mishap there by Keith on 15. Let's go to 18 now. This is to complete round number 2. John Perry's going to get the ace. Good putt. And we'll see Brooks Henshaw. While Keith's on the tee at 16. And Brooks will get a deuce. As now we go to 16. Keith made it. It's not over yet, even though he's 9 under.
Don't need to miss that, so I can make it.
And we'll see Mike Johnson on 9. Nope, he's left and he's going for 2. Got Graham for his 2 on 17.
I didn't hit the rail at all.
And Keith's going for a 2 there, keeping him at 9 under.
I didn't
Mike got the deuce there, so he on 9, so he's still at 4 under on his final round. Look at Randy Simpson's tee shot. That's in. Good putt. Okay, let's go inside and get the scores out of the novice after 2 rounds are complete. You aren't missing a thing. The leader is now Jason Richardson, still hanging on despite a 36. He's at 64. Josh is at 65. John Perry, his first ever encounter here in Asheboro, he's at 66. Mike Johnson's on the tee at 10, and he's tapping in a 2 there. All right, let's go to 7. So Keith's sitting at 81. Mike Johnson's at 86. David's just 2 under. He's at 91, but he's got a good amount of holes left. Wendy's going to get a 2. And let's go to 18. Graham gets a deuce there, finishing his night in a terrible way there. And here is Keith. The ace will put him at 80. Within reach of getting his first Asheboro win of the season. No, he'll be at 81. And let's go to 5. David Atz is currently at 2 under par for his final round.
He got 65, right?
Yeah, somebody got 64.
Where are you at?
I'm at 68. 66.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, I'm at
Front door for that. Nope. He's going to tap in that par. Roger's on 4. I'm sorry, Ricky Delk's on 4. Going to be getting his 2. All right, let's head over to 11.
knock it in, man. Just knock it in. Knock it in. Oh, really?
Get in. Oh, just missed right. And that's a 2. Walk up here to 6. David Atz just missed right. And he gets his 2. And let's honor Stephen Matkins with a good putt, Dale Crotch.
Thank you.
All right, I'm 10, and I'm Mike on 12. All right, he got it. So he's now 4 back. Randy Simpson getting a deuce here on 10. So David's got 12 holes left. He's got to make 10 of them. That's going to be a tough task there. Let's check out Wendy on 9. Okay, Wendy's getting her 2. Here's Mike Johnson on 13. Got to make 4 of his last 6. And Ty Keith. That won't be one of them. That taps into his par. We head back to 7. David Atz on the tee. After Mike Alley hits his deuce. Oh, he missed it. Look at Jesse's card on 16, missed in front of the cup. That's going to be a 2 there. I think David Atts on the tee. Be good. Yep, he's still in it. So 3 under, score 14. And Mike got that one, so now he's within 3. And we hear some first responders blaring at sirens. Roger on 17 for his par.
3-2.
Missed there. So he'll putt for 2 or for 3.
Sometimes I don't like to settle too early.
And over to 9. Here's Jex Harrison for a par. Good putt. That's a tough putt from that angle because that ball tends to break right there. That's about it. Here's J.R. Lanier on the tee. And J.R.'s missing right there, so he'll pick up a deuce there. We see Doug Kearns on 16. That's in. Good putt. Oh, David missed there on 8. So he'll have to tap the deuce in, staying at 3 under. Mike Johnson on 15. He's 3 back. Make that 2. All right, so got to make 2 of the last 3. Let's look at Jex on 10. Nope, that's going to miss and crossing over. So, a 2 coming up for Jex. And we go to 9. Yeah, but that's right now at 90. No, that's left.
Slow down.
He's at the back rail for his par. Back to 16. Needs this one. That is, oh, missed the high part of the cup there. And let's go over to 8. Ricky Delk. And Ricky got it in. Good putt. So Mike Johnson now has to make class 2. My calculations are correct. I see Jeremy on the tee here at 8. Jeremy missed there. So a par for him. Hey, there's Jex Harrison Sr. with a deuce there on 7. And now Mike Johnson has got to make this an 18. And then David S. has got to ace out the back 9. Otherwise, Keith will pick up win number 1 of 2025. Big high jump off the ramp and it misses left. That's a par. And we go to 10. David at barely on life support. That is in. He's still in it. Jason Richardson, 1 for 2 here on 7. And he'll get it. And let's go to 18. Oh, didn't get up to shoot, so that's rolling about 3 feet from the edge of the carpet there. And here is David Atz on 11. I'm trying my best to get the view. And he won't get it. So let's look at this. Let's look at Mike on 18 for his 2. Ellie, oh, a 3 there. So let's look at the scores here. So Kate's at 81. That eventually is going to be the winning score tonight. Russell is at 86. I got Mike at, what was he? 84. Mike shot 20. He shot 30 the last round. And David is out of it now. He was at 89 going to 11, but he had to make all 8 to catch Keith and force the playoff. Let's look at the novices again, just to recap what's going on here. It's a good battle right now. Jason Richardson, the leader by 1 over Josh McDonald. He's at 64, Josh at 65, John Perry at 66, and a pair of 68 follow him. On the tee at 5, this is Brooks Henshaw. And Brooks top to right lip.
You ain't over, Mike.
All right, let's watch some of these open players finish up our play for the evening. David Greger on 17. Excuse me. He's going to get a 2. And over to 16. There's J.R. Lanier on the tee. And he'll miss it in front. Excuse me. Jason Richardson on 9. He missed left. Trying to protect his 1-stroke lead here in the final round. And he'll get the deuce. Here's Ivy Lanier on 7 for her 2. And she'll get it. Rocked it in off the left lip. Here's Jex Harrison for his 2 on 17 at the back rail. Got it. And this is it, Richard Garner on 7. Richie's gonna miss right. Josh McDonald on 8. No, that's not even gonna get. He'll just tap the back rail and that's it. So Josh will get a 2. Richard on 7 for his par. Missed there. Let's go to 14. See if David Hatz can at least finish strong here. And he missed there to the right. And Jex Harrison on 10. Missed there to his left. And he's going to get his 2. Okay, let's look at Mike Ellie on 15. And Mike got the ace there. That's going to go in for David. Good putt.
It wasn't pretty up.
Yeah, let's look at Ricky Delk on 13. And that missed right, and it's coming down the hill. Well, that's not how you space it out, but I'm not going to. All right, he got a 2, but let's check out Ivy on 9. Get in. Oh, that's a nail biter there. She'll putt for 2. Good putt. Good putt. And we go to 16. Excuse me. Mike Alley made the tee shot. We've got David Hatz on the tee. As we're about to finish our tournament for this evening, let everybody know the next tournament we're scheduled to broadcast is this Thursday from High Point. David missed. At 7:30, we're back on course 2 for the first time in over a month.
Did I even hit the hole?
And it'll be the first of 3 consecutive weeks that I am going to be running the tournament there, as Vanette, along with Rick, and actually Chase Ferguson, are about to board a plane from Charlotte and headed to Sweden for the World Adventure Golf Masters. It's going to be contested next weekend. I do want to say good luck to all of our Team USA players. That would also include Graham and even Russell that's going to be competing, but not on the, they're not, well, Graham's actually going to be playing in a junior class. Russell's going to be playing in an individual event, not associated with Team USA. All right, David Hatz on 17. Yep. Now. All right, he's putting for 2. And we'll go ahead and congratulate our winner with a score of 81.
But I'm saying that my putts were not getting off the place. And then you got a 10-foot putt for a boost. So I said, hell with that. So I played off the right side every time.
He shot a final round 27. Matter of fact, he shot, was it 20, what was it, 28, 26, 27. And he gets his first win here in Asheboro this season. Now, you're going to tell me that you won this tournament tonight because of a little kid that ain't here tonight?
I won this tournament because we deported Chase Ferguson.
Yes, we.
and Rick Baird. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Rick hasn't won here.
I'm working with the Swedish authorities to keep them over there.
Interpol.
Permanently.
Interpol.
Interpol and I'll get the Russians involved if necessary because they don't mess around. The Russian mafia, you don't mess with those people. Okay. And I may even get some Swedish migrants to take them out.
Maybe speaking of Swedish, maybe they ought to give Chase one of them Swedish massages, you know, get him loose and everything.
Well, I'm just worried that Chase might pick up her boyfriend over there. Okay.
That is way too much. But we're gonna just enjoy not having Chase around the next couple of weeks, are we?
Well, he was out here to intimidate me.
Oh yeah. And then of course he swept High Point over the weekend in the APA division.
But the most dominant performance was by me over the weekend. Nobody gives me credit for that.
Well,
I dominated the novice field.
Of what?
Well, look. There were a couple of cripples and mental patients and everything in there.
Well, you were in there too.
You can't put that on Facebook because they might see it. I'm a Facebook friend with one of them.
And it ain't Roy.
It ain't Roy. So it's look. I had the best looking playing partner the weekend now. Caitlin Hope.
Oh. All right.
Okay. She's almost as pretty as me.
He's putting that on Facebook.
I don't.
It ain't on
I ain't saying
Facebook.
anything about her.
It ain't gonna be on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube, but it won't be on Facebook.
Yeah, she's married.
All right. Let's look at the last two open players. Ricky on the tee here at 17. And Ricky's going for his 2. And let's go to 15. Johnny on the tee. Oh, he just smacked into that ring there. All right, so let's as I was trying to announce earlier before I got the interview with Keith, we're going to play High Point Thursday night on course 2 at 7:30. I am planning to go to Kingsport this Sunday, have their match play on the back course, which is also course 2. That starts at 7:30. This is going to be in advance of the Southern Tour playing there next weekend. However, they're calling for thunderstorms in the forecast at the moment, so we'll wait and see. There's Jason with the ace there on 15. And let's look at the last group here on 18 in the open division. Jerry finishes with the 2.
Hey, we reported all the good players. That's why I won.
And there's a 2 for, what's his name? For Ricky.
So Graham was leading after 2 rounds, and he missed the first 2 and took a 4 on 3.
Hey, there's Chase there.
And he didn't get under par until the back 9. So he had a rough third round. And David Atz came out. Oh my God! I could
Get that guy out of there.
I could have gone all night without seeing that mug. Okay. I'll tell you what. Here, take it away.
Hey, Chase. Hey, Chase.
Where's what?
Hey, Chase. Hey.
I had a real good.
Hey. All right, let's go back over here to. Yeah, they're all at the Charlotte Douglas Airport right now, getting ready to board their flight to Sweden. Should arrive sometime tomorrow. And here's Jason on 16 with the ace, I believe. Up, tap in 2. And let's look at Ivy on 14. Now remember, there's a close battle here in the novice division. There were 3 within 2 shots of each other at the top of the leaderboard. Ivy's at the back rail for her 2. And she's putting for 2 there. And let's go to 17. And there were 2 other players that were at 68. They were 4 off the lead. Johnny hit the top of the hazard, but it rolled down. He's going to get his 2. Josh McDonald's going to be on the tee at 15. And let's look at Jason on 17. Jason's going to have a long deuce putt. Josh made 15. And let's look at Kim on 14. And she makes a good putt. We go to 18 now. We'll watch the first group in the novice division complete their play tonight. And this is assuming there's no playoff. And Jex will get a 2.
Then all of a sudden, it's not there.
Johnny will pick up a deuce there. And Jason Richardson. Well, after he gets done, we'll go back inside the clubhouse to get the full rundown of the novice division. I'm sorry, the open division. Just got it on the table, so that's a deuce. Let's go look at those scores. All right, so it's already sorted out. And it's Kate Waters winning with an 84, with an 81, winning by 3 over Mike Johnson. Russell was third at 86. And only 7 players shot in the 80s tonight. So that's your typical tournament here. All right, so now we got 3 groups left to finish their tournament. Ivy with her 2 there on 16. And let's zoom up to 14. John Perry. Oh, it missed and it rolled down the hill. So a par coming up for him. It is makeable, I believe, from where he's standing. It's only like a couple of feet from the hole. He'll get it. Good putt. And Josh McDonald on 17. And I hit the top of the hazard, but it rolls to the back rail. He'll go for 2. We'll see Richard Garner here on 16. And that missed in front of the cup. Josh for his 2. I should point out next Tuesday night, here at Asheboro. It's going to be the first half championship, or the spring championship, I should say. That starts at 7:30. It's going to be, Josh missed the deuce. It's going to be 4 rounds for the open division, 3 for the novice. And then 2 weeks from tonight, they're going to have the teams championship. That's going to also be at 7:30. That should take a long time to complete. Josh with a 3. On 15. John Perry hit it too hard and hit the back of the cup, popped over to the left, and he's putting for 2. All right, now Brooks Henshaw. And he'll get it. Good putt. Over to 18.
I know, but what happens? What's going on?
And Josh gets a 2. Let's look at the scores from the first group of the novice division. I think we can get to it. Yeah, we can. Jason with a 95 with a round of 31. So it appears he could be winning his first of the season here in the novice division. See how Josh did. Well, Kim is on the tee here at 17. He's got the deuce. 32 for you.
I believe so. I'm going to push you over.
And we'll go to 18.
Oh, wait. 34 for you?
Richard gets a deuce there. Here's John Perry on 17. And a par there. And here's Kim on 18. Finishing with a deuce there. Now, here is Brooks on the tee. And he's going to get himself a 2 from that one. All right, now the last 2 players are closing out.
It's hard. I started bullfighting off. Trying to keep up with him.
I'm just
Yeah, I mean, he's consistent.
yeah, usually he's dialed in.
And John gets a 2.
Yeah.
And Brooks finishes with the 2. So our tournament is done for tonight. Shout out to James Weber. All right. And let's go inside here as we got 95 by Jason Richard. And eventually is going to be the winner tonight.
I don't know. We got to see what John Perry shot.
You have to shoot 29 to tie him.
66. He shot.
Josh is at 99.
30. He tied.
No, he beat 29 will tie him. 29, yeah. 29 makes him 95.
I had 3 bogeys that last round. I'll be a second. 39.
And they'll have their best ball in a moment, which we won't be covering. But
Blew up. No, I had 3 bogeys the last round. It cost me a second.
all right, let's see how it turned out. 39 for John. That's 105. So it's going to be Jason Richardson winning the novices at 95. Winning by 4 shots over Josh McDonald. And out in the open division, Keith Waters finishes at 81, winning by 3 shots over Mike Johnson. And Russell Sigmund was 30 at 86.
Buddy, each one up, okay?
Okay, that's going to complete our play here tonight in Asheboro. Congratulations to Keith Waters and Jason Richardson for their impressive victories. Next week, we'll be back here for the spring championship. That starts at 7:30. And hopefully we'll be in High Point this coming Thursday. Also at 7:30 on course 2. So, for all of us here at Asheboro tonight, I'm Opie Roberts. Thank you for watching our coverage. And personally, I want to say good luck to Chase Ferguson, Graham Sigmund, Rick Baird, Burnett Block, and Russell Sigmund, who are our regulars here at Asheboro, who will be in Sweden the next few days. Hope y'all do well in Sweden. Bring home the gold. But until then, thank you all for watching our coverage tonight. We will see you Thursday night from High Point. Good night, everybody.